What is going on, everybody? It's Great Scots here, playing Grand Tacticians: The Civil War. And if you're here, I assume that's because, yeah, you're going to watch me. Or you clicked on the wrong link and you've already exited the video. But now here we are. I think we're up to episode 11 by my last count. Things are going pretty well. I'm looking at the supply situation. I'm a little puzzled. I clicked through here right before the video started, and it looked like most of my armies operating in the south had in CSA states, had 0% supply, which kind of made sense. Though now that I've started the recording, they're all going up to 100%, so must be some voodoo there. But anyways, McClellan's on the attack. He's going to start pushing into Tennessee. There are CSA armies here. Army of the Potomac, 33 something. Army of the Northwest, basically non-existent. 2,500, 30,000. That actually is 20 something guns. I would love for them to engage. I'm in offensive stance though, and it's not working. So whatever. We have Patterson's force here. They should be building a force at Atlanta. Famous last words, but they should be building a fort. Sorry, not a force. A fort at Atlanta. Patterson coming fresh off his win. Or sorry, this is Sumner coming off his win against... I think it's still McCullough is in charge. I guess I can't see yet, but I think he's in charge of the garrison there. We're going to try to push through and take Little Rock. They've been holding us at bay long enough. I still have a score to settle with that garrison, which forced us to fall all the way back to St. Louis. It's no fun. Blockade. I guess this is telling me how well my blockade is doing. The answer was not that great. I don't know who the heck they're blockading. They're not in the best position, I guess, if we pull down here. Glorious victory at Caswell. So now I'm not even sure who owns that port. But McDowell is cleaned up. Wilmington. There's already this Fort Caswell, so I don't really feel the need to build another one. I'm more inclined to take that force and finish what I should have finished. With Patterson. Oh, it doesn't matter. And I did not finish pushing through cities in Savannah. Well, I guess Savannah is it. It looks like some forces have fallen back there. So I think McDowell, he could probably use reinforcements. But I think I'm just going to push. The game seems... it still thinks we're evenly matched. Again, if you look at the difference in battlefield results, it's hard to reconcile. I can't believe my national morale is so low, considering all the wins we've had. But that is what it says, so I guess that's what it is. We'll make the best of it. Yeah, some of the things are still broken on here. Alright, as soon as we can get an engagement, there'll be something to see. I guess if we move it up to 10 times speed, I'll probably miss something important, but I'm calling it now, so when it happens, I'll be like, yeah, I said that would happen. Why is this fort not manifesting? Are they building it? Honestly, that's not where it looked like it was supposed to be. So I'm thinking maybe it never happened. That's not bad. Yeah, we'll build that fort. Okay. Oh, we have something. Alright, we are out here. Are we going to be able to fight it? We are not. Is history going to repeat itself? Probably, which means that tiny garrison is probably going to beat Sumner's forces and probably send it back to St. Louis. We won one of the Fort Morgans somewhere. Oh, this one. And ironically, that's the fort we actually made. And it somehow just showed up as CSA. Even though I don't think there is a CSA army in the area. Alright, McClellan is a pushin'. What's this? I don't think we're going to be able to fight this. Right. So, it is what it is. We'll see if McDowell can take the last fort around Charleston. And I'm not even sure what the point of having a blockade up here is. Wait a minute. Condition is barely afloat for the Minnesota. Go figure. I'm not sure why it would be like that. Moultrie? Okay, so that was the last garrison around Charleston, which is got 4 forts now. No, I'm trying to figure out what their problem is. Blockading and barely afloat, barely afloat, barely afloat, barely afloat, barely afloat. I have no idea what this is about. I'm guessing it has something to do with supplies. I'm not sure why I need to put them back manually, but I guess I do. Maybe we need to move them into Union waters. I really don't know. I haven't done much at all with the Navy, and now for some reason, now they're kind of showing up. It's blue on blue, so it's real hard to see. And I had another fleet, but it's probably also, they have ammunition. It says they've only been at sea 10 days, but they have no provisions. Let's see how the ships are doing. They're all in good condition. Alright, so maybe these guys will blockade. I'm not big on the blockade. I really don't. Like so many others, I can't see this war going that long. Though for different reasons. I'm actually looking at it based on the evidence of the fights so far. It just seems unlikely. Alright, Missouri State Guard is coming, and they're probably going to get to Fort Morgan. But if we can fight them and beat them, that'd be great. Oh, I thought for a minute we had 4 sieges going on. I was like, you're kidding. There are 2 Union forces here? I thought I just saw one north of the Army of Northeast Virginia. Let's fight it if we can. Alright. Okay, so this map, it's a small force. Though they got 10 guns, but, I mean, compared to what I'm bringing, it's a small force. Alright, we gotta calm this down. They're not entering up there. We're entering them there, and they're entering over there. So, I guess, I think I read somewhere, woo, this blue kind of cross-hatching is indicating swamp or densely packed forest. That makes sense. It does. I wasn't being sarcastic, but I think I'm gonna. Actually, I think this force is pretty much ready to go. I don't know what else there is. Most of these brigades look like they're too small to send out skirmishers. This might be the force that I only got 3 skirmishers from last time. It's probably too small. This might be just large enough that we can pull skirmishers out. I'm gonna go ahead and start it. These guys shouldn't teleport. They did. I can't recreate how. I swear, the first time I did this, the skirmishers did not. Oh, what do we have? They did not teleport. Yeah, that's good. Alright, but we want to detach our cav and send up skirmishers, just see where they are. Hopefully there are no movement problems this battle like there was in the previous one. And once we find everyone and we get our cav detached, I'm wondering if in retrospect it even makes sense to detach cav, given we're not going that far. No, I mean the AI typically goes towards victory points, which would mean this looks like the next closest one. Or it could be this one. Let's move up. See what we get. Speed this up a bit. Alright, so they're not going to move the cav. Alright, and we did find him there. So, Hunt is detached. Why don't we... I don't know what I want to do with the cav. Palmer... I can put them in loose formation. So they'll ride right over there. Will they? They will too, and they won't take roads. That's a good thing. That's what I wanted. Let's see, can we get Hancock's men into the woods? We can try. Them over there, get them over there, and let's see, the main force is going to end up being here, which is a bit too far back. I think maybe this is where we want to be. That's not bad. Famous last words. Alright. Our force is moving. I think the trees look really good on this game. I guess they are to scale. Some of them look a bit tall, but I like them. There's not too much in the way of undergrowth. I mean, there are no down trees or anything like that. Much of this is working for me. Why don't you, Porter, just barely stay in the woods? Maybe I'm not good enough to play fast. I thought I was. So who's this? Alabama State Militia, 934. That's Derek's detachment, so I'm not going to leave two to skirmish with them. I'd rather have one skirmish group skirmish with their skirmish group and put two of mine in the field against packed infantry who are pretty much marching through a field. Okay, Palmer. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to send him behind to go after the artillery. I see now that there's also infantry and a really good amount of infantry, so I think maybe the cavalry makes maybe not a lot of sense going that way, but it's not terrible. Alright, so they haven't taken any losses, they haven't taken any losses, they haven't taken any losses. We're just waiting for them to get started. They have. I think Derek's detachment here, they're stuck in that weird thing where I guess they're trying to figure out which one of these they should be shooting at, and they're not shooting at any. I think when I bring Hancock over here, that should solve the riddle. Yeah. Nope, they're just gonna... well, it looks like they're trying to follow Hancock, but then they, I guess, know that Morris's detachment's in their flank, and that's a bad thing, and they're gonna try to do something about it. I thought I saw cavalry coming up the road, but I guess not. Hunt, you know, it's probably just easier, rather than stopping you and restarting you, just let you do your turnabout. I don't want them over there. They can stay there, but I don't want anybody else there. And I don't really want to be in the field getting shot from the woods. I want to be in the woods shooting from the field, shooting into the field. And for some reason, the Alabama State Militia is just going to let me do that. Let's try to get some cover in these trees. We'll keep Morris up there to harass the advance. Okay. Yeah, I can't complain about Morris's detachment. I think they've been firing a while. Seem to be getting pretty good hits. I don't know. Oh, yeah, 250 to 17. Gee whiz. It's another one. Despite the wins on the battlefield, and they have been, you know, nothing short of impressive with respect to the casualty rates, my armies are starting to get whittled down. I can see it. You know, forces that had 14, 16, 18,000 are about 12,000 or 14,000. They've stepped down several thousand despite the wins, and I don't know if that's because of supply shortages, you know, wounded, or morale. I still would not understand why morale. I guess that would factor into desertion, but I'm not understanding what has happened in the game that would cause the morale to tank this soon, because it's generally been success on the battlefield. Not sure why they think they need to go that way. Alright, so Hunt has arrived. We're gonna dismount. I thought this was the group that I gave the skirmishing perk to, but now I don't see it. Maybe it was Palmer. I'm guessing it was because he has it and the other guy doesn't. Alright, so they routed off the militia here. Morris's group still yet to take their first casualty. Has the Alabama State Militia from over there lined up, and we're sitting on a lot of cavalry over here. We got 2,500 in the first, and let's see where the rest of the show. So the rest of the show is actually moving into position. I don't think it's going to be a close line battle, but I think there is the possibility of one. Alright, you guys got to get down. Yeah, I'm still okay with that. Palmer, yeah, you will. Actually, that was premature. Palmer over here, and then we'll get him dismounted. Alright, that's not the way to go, guys. Not across their line. Away from their line. I'll stick Hancock over there as well. We really don't have too much pressure on that side, so we'll do that. In fact, I may put all three skirmishers over here. Whoa! I don't know what that was. Okay, I put them over there and then just move the cavalry up to there, I guess. I mean, if they want to try to press skirmishers through the woods, have at it. That's fine for me. Let's face up here. Alright, we're getting our line into order. Our formation. I want to get the artillery up, because I don't want them to be able to scurry away through the woods. If they are, they're going to do it under artillery fire and with skirmishers chasing them. How you're doing? You're doing alright. 2 casualties, 300. Yeah, those skirmishers really did well. I'm looking for where their arty is hitting. It must just be mine that I'm hearing. That's the only thing I can think of. Alright, you're gonna move over. You're gonna slide over. Maybe there's... yeah, there is one more battery here. Humphreys. And Humphreys I want up. Because again, I don't really want them to be able to fall back without falling under fire. And I'm pretty sure that it's horse artillery, so I'm quite comfortable winning that foot race. Alright, we'll move up skirmishers. Let's just make sure we're right. No reinforcements. I don't know where they would have come from anyways. But geez, we're already whooping them. Should be at long range. Even though I do have some concerns in the back of my mind about ammo counts when operating in enemy territory. So far it doesn't seem like it's been a huge issue, so I'm not going to worry about it. I also am not eager to rush in a lot of these smaller brigades because if they take... It only takes a few casualties to potentially cause them to run, and that doesn't do me any good. So I'm thinking... See, they still have a really big guard, like 1,500 men guarding the relatively small artillery. So I'm not thrilled about sending my cav, even if I dismount them, which I believe they are, and now at least some of them are going to be in loose formation. I can move those guys up so I can see the difference. Get all of our skirmishers in the woods. Alright, this battery is up. Can actually move it up here, I think. I know it's contradicting what I just said. I'm aware. But this is not a real campaign. I mean, it's not. We're still in very much early access. And we're not going to make optimal moves. That's okay. But we'll try to make it slightly more entertaining. Ooh! They're going to rout Porter's attack. Oh, I don't know where those casualties came from. Will they listen to me, though? I don't know. That might have been artillery-induced braking. I'll move the cavalry units down and around. If they already wants to fire at them, that's fine. I'm gonna have them skirmish and then, spread out. Porter's back to stable. That's good. But if they're just going to sit there, I'm pretty comfortable to just shoot at them. These guys in a panic? No, hopefully not. Okay. Move up, move up. You guys can still kind of move up. Alright, we're up there. Alright, our cavalry's up and moving. Did we leave somebody back here? Is this command? That's command. My guess is my casualties have ticked higher as I advanced. Yeah, I mean it's still 10 to 1, but the ratio is actually close, which shows you how high it was. Alright, let's finish pushing up here. Is this? Holy moly. I did not know that. Yeah, let's do counter battery fire. Same with these guys. Counter battery fire. They can hit it. I don't know how accurate it's going to be, but I don't know how accurate any of their stuff's going to be. Right, even if they're just shooting at infantry in the forest, it probably wouldn't be that accurate. But if we can push them out of the forest, then their infantry is fully exposed. And they're already pretty far back near their the point of entry over here on the top of the screen. Right. We're not counter-battering, though. They did not like that order. Alright, well, you'll have a better view over there. This is a huge battery. Put them over there as well. See what they do. Let's get loose. No. Loose. Not shift formation. Looks like they're aiming their battery over here. Not sure why exactly. They seem pretty happy to stand and shoot. They tend to pull out of these usually, but all right. You know, it's one of the. It's probably just me wanting to see it this way, but it kind of feels like some of this is getting better. Like these battles are a bit more challenging. The AI is a bit better. But then again, you know, in the last video or two, I think the computer kind of just withdraws all of a sudden, so that would completely negate that. We'll see how much they want to do now that they're giving up the wood line here. Move up, and I really don't want them there. I don't want to be that far up. You need to shoot at them. Alright, I think they're now starting to hit on counter battery. They're up to counter battery. It's probably going to take them a second to get loaded. Actually, I don't know if they were set to counter battery. They are. And the big boys here. We actually have 23 guns, but again, it's to scale. It's not a one-to-one substitution. Maybe we'll just keep this. Oh, that group's command is over there, so maybe we'll throw. No. Maybe we'll just keep them local. Who's back here? Okay. Alright, send them way around. Hancock can move up. It's Morris's main line. Taken any casualties, even though they're under counter battery fire. Before my infantry come out of those woods, though, I want to at least engage the battery here and the infantry that's supporting it. If they're going to fire on them, and right now it doesn't look like their guns are facing in the right direction. They appear to be marching. And so since we just broke them here, I hope you guys know to dismount. Well, you do now. Okay, dismount. We're just going to send everybody up so that their artillery doesn't have the ability to just cycle canister us. They're going to have to pick one target, and they can shoot at that target, but they're going to get shot by the other ones. So yeah, you don't want to give artillery time. That's really one of the things it does well with a lot of. If you have to give them shots, you want to make sure they have as few as possible. Palmer's group. Ooh, Palmer's group. Now, I don't know what it was. I can't say for sure that it was Palmer's group. It might have been total casualties. I mean, that's not bad. It wasn't quite 10-1. But, you know, when the comment is it wasn't quite 10-1, it was a good battle for you. And that was another one. I'm interested to see what kind of meta effects it has. You know, it says that they should drop by 0.65%, but I've seen that a few times, and the CSA national morale hasn't budged. Their army morale is still very high. It does, in its own way, kind of present a real challenge. I mean, yeah, parts of this are really easy, but the bugs that kind of work against you actually make it for, you know, something of a challenge. British intervention has crept up 1% to 43%. I'm okay with it, again, as long as it's not 100. I think that's the only way to get the British to intervene. With all the times I've played campaigns, particularly as the CSA, I've never had the British intervene. And I know that they send a force of a few thousand to Canada, but it's a few thousand. In relative terms, it wasn't going to do that much. Alright, I gotta fix my scroll speed here. Oops. Come on. This should be a little faster. Yeah, it's a little faster. Do we have something else? Probably not. Looks like an auto-resolve there. Alright. I think it was just the one. Yeah, it was. So I'm going to hunt for another one. This is run about the length that I intend for these to run, about a half hour, and I know that the previous video, or maybe the previous two videos, were quite long. So I'm going to cut this one here, and yeah, I think we'll pick this up another time and see if we can't do better. Before we leave, though, so my national morale after that last win went down 1 point, and the CSA's national morale has not budged. The morale of their armies is still 96. Their casualties have picked up, but I think that's just now accurately tracking what has been happening. So that's alright to know. Yeah, that's alright to know. Financially, AAA is fine. You know, it's almost down to a flat 8%. Interest rate, that's okay. Did I move all my subsidies up? ones that I wanted. Looks like I did. I wonder if I needed to recruit. If I needed to recruit, what would be available? No, I'm not trying to build up any garrisons. Department of Ohio under McClellan. He's actually okay. I think it's the Department of the West that I would wonder about. What could they get? Holy moly, we get almost 20,000 men. Oh yeah, that's right, we're the Union. 20,000 men from Illinois. They would take a while to arrive, but it's definitely doable. 8,000 from Iowa. We could get two batteries from Kansas, maybe 3 batteries from Kansas if we wanted to. They're at least local. We get 5,500 from Kentucky. I'm inclined to grab a battery. Let's see. I think we have regular. I'm trying to remember what the difference is. I don't remember if the regular artillery unit has more and the horse artillery is faster. So, classic move. I also think the Union has more uniforms on the infantry regiment side than the CSA does. And then from Kansas, I'll take a horse artillery as well. What? I can't recruit them. How do you figure? Oh, I don't want infantry. Wait a minute. No, really, I really don't want infantry. You don't care, do you? Oh. Apparently that's not good enough. That's not good enough. We haven't froze. We just, I don't know. So those are 12-pound Napoleons. Hey, if you've been watching end of the War of Rights, you know that we finally got 12-pound Napoleons. Now, can I actually do horse artillery? I can. So we'll add that to the Department of the West. I don't recall if they have any cavalry. Kentucky is close enough-ish. So it is a word. Look it up. Yeah, that's alright. Fine, we'll go fancy. Dude, they have a cavalry unit. Oh, that's right. That's hookers. 2,000. That's actually okay. I should try the scouts and see if they work. But yeah, I don't need to go overboard with the Department of the West. But I think they need a little something. Speaking of little something, there we go. Kirkland. That's still pretty good shape. 17.5. But I think McDowell's getting a bit light. I'm gonna find out where the heck his army is. Right. Yeah, it is getting a bit light. He may not be ready to recruit. But oh well. I'm ready to recruit. So there he is, or there's... So they have artillery... What? We only have 12 guns? That can't be right. There's 10 guns there. There's 23 guns there. That looked like 43 guns altogether. That's okay. Yeah, the problem is not the number of guns. I don't know if there's any good place to pull from. I mean, Pennsylvania or what's it like in Maryland? Maryland has enough. I mean, that's only if I want them super quick, and this is more a kind of a long-term thing. So maybe we'll give them a quicker one from Maryland. And 1, 2, so that gives them 3 infantry there. We'll give them one from Massachusetts. It's going to take a while to arrive, I'd assume. Or it's going to go backwards. Alright, we'll take one of those, sure. So that'll bulk up McDowell a bit. And I wonder if McClellan, I'm sure if he were here, he would agree he needs more troops. So 13,000 we could pull from. I wonder what we can pull from West Virginia. Yeah, let's branch out a little bit. West Virginia. Alright, we got enough for a regiment. They're here, so why not? What happens when we go back 2? Whoa! Speaking of fancy. Alright, so that will actually be it for this episode. And I hope you're back for the next one to hear and to watch the development of Grand Tacticians, the Civil War.